I was used in Philadelphia to go to any restaurant I wanted to go to, and so I did. Coming to Delaware, you couldn't go to any restaurant.
In the early to mid-20th century, the African-American experience in Delaware was much different than it is today. A border state during the Civil War, Delaware remained in the Union, but with Confederate sympathies, and continued to practice slavery. Finally ratifying the 13th Amendment in 1901, Delaware remained openly segregated well into the 1950s. Racist practices varied across the state, creating different life experiences for African Americans, depending on where they lived. For Doris Lambert, an adolescent transplant from a northern city, Delaware's racial divide was an eye-opening experience.
I was raised in Philadelphia, West Philadelphia, 28 North State Street, in back of the Presbyterian Hospital. I was raised by my mother's best friend, Sarah Bryan. She was black, of course. Her husband was white. I called her mother, I called him father. I loved them both. My mother died when I was 12. And then I found out that I had family in Delaware, and I wanted to know them. So I left and moved down to Delaware with my grandmother. I remember my grandmother took me in town to Wilmington from Newark and went to WWII 5 and 10, ordering stuff from the window. I went inside and sat down because I was used to doing that. And the woman just ignored me. I was 12. And I said, I was here first. She said, we don't sell colored. And my grandma was standing outside beckoning for me to come out. But I didn't, because I was used to going to Woolsworth in Philadelphia, sitting down eating. So that's when I knew that Delaware was prejudiced. And my grandmother would always make excuses for me. Oh, she's from Philadelphia. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. I lived on 117th New London Avenue. Up the road was a school. Couldn't go to that. I had to be bused from my house to Wilmington to Howard High School, which was all black school. The education was great. Great teachers, nice principal, and all that. The education was great. I just didn't like the atmosphere of it. I wasn't used to being with all black people. And they were nice. So that's why I left and moved to New York. I moved to Harlem with my aunt. I never finished high school. Started working. I worked in New York for a while. Then I came back down here and I met my husband. He was a country boy and I'm a city girl, so it took me a while. But I knew that he was great and that he loved me, so that's how we got together. My husband was a veteran, a black veteran, and Dunleith came up. I was in the newspaper, I think. That's how we found him. And then he put flyers out. So we applied for this house. We wanted a 3-bedroom house because we had 3 children. We didn't pick this house. This house was assigned to us. We didn't care. I just wanted to have my own place. And this house was $6,500. That's what it was. After the kids went to school, only work I could get was domestic work. And back in the day, you had to go to the back door to go in their house. I never did that. In the houses that they wanted me to go to, I didn't go back. I worked that day to get my pay, but I would never go back. So the jobs I took, I was there until in my 80s. They were beautiful people. I have pictures of them. They were like my family. I loved them, they loved me. When I worked for Mrs. Shackleton, her and her husband was for integration with everything. And Rialto Theater, it was only for white. And they decided to try to integrate it. And so I was one of the people who stood in line to get a ticket to go, and they wouldn't sell me a ticket. And so what they did, they closed up rather than integrate. He closed up rather than to do that. But I was one of the ones standing in line.